We'll be going over the top DC Comics released on October 22nd. Tony McDaniel took over the first issue of Detective Comics when the new 52 was launched in 2011. Now the writer and artist tackles Deathstroke after the character's popularity grew following the Arrow TV series. This is the second attempt to revive Deathstroke after the new 52 launch. The story begins as Deathstroke takes a contract out on Possum. However, the tables are turned until Deathstroke makes his escape. He retreats to find a monk who heals him. However, after 16 days, Wilson Slade wakes up regenerated in a younger body. Much like the first issue of Detective Comics, the final splash page of Deathstroke keeps readers interested to read the next issue. After the 75th anniversary of Batman, the new Batman series Arkham Manor takes place after Batman Eternal 30, which will be released next week. After the destruction of Arkham Asylum, Wayne Manor now becomes the temporary home for the Arkham inmates. Now Batman ends up solving a murder at the former Wayne Manor. Now Bruce Wayne has to go undercover within Arkham Manor as Jack Shaw to solve a murder. Overall, the first issue is a great start to the series, which will probably end shortly once the storyline runs its course, or due to poor sales. The origin of She-Ra continues in He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Adora fights for the Sword of Protection and becomes She-Ra. We also learn the woman who murdered King Grayskull is the father of Skeletor. Adora arrives in time to save her brother Adam, and together they defeat the Fright Zone. Meanwhile, at Castle Grayskull, Hordak will use the blood of He-Man to free himself from his prison and conquer Eternia. The groundwork is laid out for the upcoming limited series He-Man Eternity War. This week, Red Lanterns continue the Godhead story arc as the new gods arrive on Earth to confiscate the Lantern Rings. Guy Gardner fights them off with the help of Simon Baz. The new gods are called back by the High Father to New Genesis. Now, both Guy Gardner and Simon Baz wants to go after them. The tie-in issues for Godhead shows the perspective of the other Lantern Corps, but doesn't move the main storyline along. Well, moving along to Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr.'s Superman. In this issue, both Superman and Ulysses track down the machinist who works for Mr. Oz. Ulysses realizes the world he has left continued to hunger for war, so he makes a worldwide announcement offering 6 million people sanctuary in a new world in the fourth dimension. This issue picks up the pace of the overall story arc as we see Superman and Ulysses heading towards a confrontation. That's it for this week for DC Comics.
For Malaysian and Singapore comic fans, you can pick up a copy at Devil Comics Entertainment.